Okay, this is the rational expressions quiz review. So for the first one, you're just going to multiply. All right, so we multiply straight across. I will take a second and simplify some stuff from this first fraction though. So I can divide both of these coefficients by 2. So that becomes a 1. 18 becomes a 9. Looking at the y's, I have a y on top, y squared on bottom. So I can cancel out one y from each. Okay, can't really factor anything with the second expression. So let's see, we're left with x cubed over 9y times 4x plus 8 over 7. Again, we multiply straight across. So let's distribute this x cubed to both terms. So I have x cubed, or 4x cubed, sorry. X cubed times x, 4x to the fourth, plus 8x cubed, all over 9 times 7, 63y. So there's my first answer. Okay, looking at number 2, I'm dividing. So first I'm going to see if I can factor anything here. It looks like maybe I can factor the top of this first expression, but this x squared minus 10x plus 60. Unfortunately, this is not factorable, so it's prime. So we're just going to leave it. Okay. X squared minus 36, we could factor it into x plus 6, x minus 6. It's a difference of squares. But that doesn't really help us because we don't have any other x plus 6 or x minus 6's anywhere, so it's not like any factors are going to cancel. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. So stay, change, flip. Change to multiplication. Flip the fraction, so x squared minus 36 on the bottom. 2 times x minus 5 on the top. I suppose we could distribute this 2 if we wanted to, but we don't necessarily have to. I'm going to put the other terms in parentheses as well, just to remind myself that they all have to get multiplied together. So let's see, I have x squared minus 10x plus 60 times 2. I'm going to put the 2 out front because I can. X minus 5. Sorry for the crappy marker. I think my recording software interferes with this drawing software for some reason. Makes the marker all funky. And, we could FOIL out this stuff on the bottom, but we don't necessarily have to. And that's it. Looking at number 3. We're adding. Okay, so when we add, we need a common denominator. X plus 2 and x minus 8, those are not the same. So the easiest way to get a common denominator is to multiply by the other denominators. So I'm going to multiply by x plus 8 over x plus 8 in the first term. And the second term, I need to multiply by x plus 2 on both the top and bottom. Oh, that's x minus 8, isn't it? Sorry about that. So x minus 8 times x plus 2. Okay. Let's go ahead, let's distribute and FOIL and see if we can simplify this a little bit. So if I distribute the 4 into the x minus 8, I get 4x minus 32. I'm going to draw a big fraction bar here. Plus, let's go ahead and FOIL. So 3x times x, I got 3x squared. 3x times 2 plus 6x. 3x, let's see, negative 1 times x. So minus x. And negative 1 times 2 minus 2. Okay. And just in case the top ends up factorable, I'm going to leave the bottom unfoiled at this step. But if I can't factor the top in the next step, I'm going to FOIL the bottom out, just so I have some consistency here. So let's cross out terms as we go. So I have a 3x squared plus, let's combine like terms, 4x plus 6x is 10, x minus 1x, so plus 9x. And then negative 32 minus 2, I get negative minus 34. I don't believe this is factorable, and even if it is, I don't think x plus 2 or x minus 8 would be a factor in either one. So we can go ahead and let's FOIL this out here. So x times x, I got x squared. Okay. X times negative 8, I got minus 8x plus 2x, so minus 6x. And 2 times negative 8 minus 16. And that's it. That's number 3. All right, looking at number 4, we're subtracting some rational expressions. So again, I want a common denominator. Anytime I'm adding or subtracting fractions, I want a common denominator. I don't have one though, so I'm going to do what I did before. I'm going to multiply by the missing factor. Let's darken up this green a little bit. There we go. Also, we can try and factor the top and bottom of the second expression, but again, nothing cancels. You can factor the top because there's a difference of squares. Can't factor the bottom. Doesn't really help us anyway. Okay, so we're going to multiply by x squared plus 9 on the top and bottom. Minus. On the second one, we're going to multiply by 9 on the top and bottom. Ooh, sorry about that. Doing this in one take. Okay. Multiply by 9. X squared plus 9. Man, this marker, not great. Okay, now we have the same denominator. So we can put everything over one fraction bar. One big fraction bar here. Let's go ahead, we'll distribute FOIL first terms. So 2x times x squared. I got what? 2x cubed. Outer 2x times 9 plus 18x. Okay, inner 17 times x squared. And then last, 17 times 9. I think that's 163. Oh, no, it's 153. Not bad. 153. Okay. Let's distribute the 9 here as well. So 9 times x squared. So I have a negative to distribute to both terms. And I have a 9 to distribute to both terms. So minus 9x squared. Okay. Minus a negative, so minus minus makes plus. 9 times 9 makes 81. And let's distribute the bottom while we're at it. 9 times x squared. 9x squared. Plus 9 times 9 again, 81. Okay, let's simplify. So I'm going to cross out my terms as I use them. So I got 2x cubed. Okay, any x squared terms? I have 17 minus 9. So was that 8? X squared. Okay, x terms, I have just 1, it looks like, plus 18x. And then my constant terms, 153 plus 81, was that 234? I believe. Okay, and then we'll write the denominator again, 9x squared plus 81. That's it. Okay, last one. Nice little complex fraction here. This one looks kind of fun. So my rule of thumb is to simplify the top and bottom before I do any sort of division. Okay, so I'm going to deal with the stuff on top first. Okay, I'm subtracting fractions, so I need a common denominator. 3 and x are not the same, so if I multiply my two denominators together, get 3x, I'll have a common denominator. So 8x over 3x minus, we're going to distribute the 3. Okay. On the bottom, x plus 1 and x minus 1, again, they're not the same denominator, so I need to multiply by the opposite denominator, the missing denominator, if you will. So x plus 1, x minus 1. Hopefully you recognize that those are the factors that make a difference of squares. So 1 times x plus 1. This drawing software is really acting up. I'm sorry about that. Okay, let's simplify the top and bottom. So these are the same denominator. I can write them as, let's see, 8x minus, distribute, 3 times 7, 21, x, minus 3 times 1, minus 3, all over 3x, all over. Let's put these. So I'm going to FOIL out x plus 1 to x minus 1. We know that comes out to x squared minus 1. And, distributing a 1 doesn't do anything here, so I have x minus 1 plus x plus 1. Okay, let's simplify these and write them horizontally. So 8x minus 21x, negative 13x minus 3 over 3x. Okay, big fraction bar, we're going to change to division. Divided by, let's see, x. Looks like the minus 1 and the plus 1 are going to cancel. X plus x is 2x over x squared minus 1. From there, stay, change, flip, keep, change, flip, however you want to say it. I'm going to keep the first fraction as it is. Multiply, so change to division to times, so change to flip, change to multiplication, then flip. My last expression, so we're going to flip those, and remember when we multiply straight across. Put those in parentheses to remind me that I have to FOIL. So negative 13x minus 3 times x squared minus 1 all over 3x times 2x, 3 times 2, 6, x times x, x squared. All right, let's FOIL this out. Why not? So negative 13x times x squared, what, negative 13x cubed? Negative 13 times negative 1 is plus 13x minus 3x squared and then negative 3 times negative 1, what, plus 3? All over 6x squared. Okay, I hope that helps.